Hello, and welcome to Iacon Underground Radio for the week of February 22nd, 2017. I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
I'm David.
We have this week a special guest with us. We have our friend Ant from TFU.info, who has come by before to talk to us about Toy Fair, because, you may have noticed that Toy Fair was this past week. And if you didn't notice, then maybe you should log back into Twitter. So, I assume we've all looked at the pictures at this point, gone over the various galleries.
Oh, there's too many galleries of pictures and yet not enough.
Okay. I'm gonna make you edit this now, David, because I'm also struggling with, I hate February. Everyone's always sick in February. I'm always sick in February.
It's a bad month. We should get rid of it.
Yes. So Ant, anything you'd like to say to introduce yourself?
No, I've been on the podcast before. I'm Anthony Bercali. I'm the owner and operator of TFU.info, and I'd love to help you guys out and give you the lowdown of what happened. So feel free to fire away with questions, or if you want to break down what we saw real quick, we can do that too.
Well, I will start with my pressing question.
Yes.
Is we are still getting Cloud Raker and Wingspan, right?
So, yes, so from the, so from the box set, situation, I did ask about this for team, and so the clones are actually their own size class. They're not small enough to be legends, and they're not big enough to be deluxes. They're kind of scouts or commanders, or whatever you want to call them. They're kind of in between. And they're only available in the box sets. So, now the box sets take the $100 price point, so those are like the Combiner Wars team sets. So it'd be safe to guess that these are two of what's going to be probably four, with the rest of the clones coming in future box sets, and most likely God Bomber also coming in one of those box sets.
Ooh. So, but they are coming at some point.
They were not confirmed, but they were strongly hinted at.
Okay. Because I do see that we do have a Twin Twist, confirmed to go with our top spin.
That is correct.
I've also noticed that the Laser Prime has the most important detail of the original toy, which is a big sticker of Optimus Prime setting fire to Forrest on the side of his trailer.
Can I tell you, after shooting pictures of Nautica, that was the next thing I went to as soon as I went in the room. Because I was like, I have to see this thing. I have to see the sticker. Did they really make him burn down a forest again?
Does it look like, on the in-person version, does it look like the kind of foil-backed stickers we've been getting on a lot of stuff lately, or does it look like an in-mold label or something else?
It was very reflective. It was tricky to shoot in that area because the way the showroom was set up, where the box set guys were, they were on translucent shelves. I couldn't tell you what color they were, but the lights underneath kept changing color. Oh. So it was kind of hard to get a good read on the light and the color in there, but I think it really looked like it was, I don't want to say it was deco over chrome, but it really looked like it. So I'm not entirely sure what that was made of, but it's something we're not generally used to, for sure.
Yeah, that's, so that is kind of interesting that normally when we've seen box sets like that, they've been sort of a afterthoughty kind of store exclusive thing. So is this something they're actually is going to be a big linchpin of the line this year?
I don't think it's going to be I believe these are store exclusives. I didn't hear anything at the convention, but I heard stuff afterwards. I guess Toys R Us is getting one of these sets, and Big Bad Toy Store is getting the other. I'm not sure which one's getting which. I think the one with the import of Power Master of what is Super Jinrai in Japan. It's a remold of the Power Master Optimus Prime mold that came out this year. Is the one that's going to Big Bad, and then the other set is the one that's going to Toys R Us.
Huh, okay.
So the one with the laser prime will be Toys R Us, because there's a prime in each set.
So one of them is just going to be an online retailer exclusive?
Apparently. I mean, when they announced the Superion set, they said the same thing. It was online retailer exclusive, and it was at every online retailer. So, that's certainly something that could change post Toy Fair.
Yeah, I suppose we did reach a point with the Combiner War stuff too, though, where it was mostly, various store exclusives once you got to all the G2 redecos.
Yeah, think about it. You got, 4, 5 box sets out of Combiner Wars? I mean, that's pretty impressive on its own.
Yeah, I think even once you figure in, the G2 redecos and stuff, I think even more than that. 'Cause, yeah, it was a lot. And considering, how, I guess the individual releases were not really quite as, they didn't have as much neat stuff out there as that. So I guess my question at this point is, what did you see that you were really excited to talk about?
Oh, so, okay, so at first, let's address the giant dinosaur in the room and Trypticon.
Yes.
Trypticon I was not impressed with before I went into the presentation. And when they showed us that he can eat Titan Masters as a feature, I became incredibly impressed. So he has a couple of neat little features on him. He can eat several Titan Masters that then you can retrieve from his stomach area and chest area. So that panel on his chest folds down. He also has, a port in the back for a Titan Master in head mode to plug into that, releases the gun from the top of his, nose. And in his spaceship mode, there is some sort of, I didn't get this demoed for me, but, there's some sort of storage in the front that can hold, I believe, a deluxe class figure in vehicle mode. So it's kind of got a place to park a car, in the front of the spaceship mode.
Nice.
And so, I mean, Trypticon was by far the people flocked to him basically on the way in. And the big surprise of the day was how nice the new movie toys were. Not necessarily, the molds that came out from previous movies are really nicely decorated, but the new molds are really cool looking and seem to be a little less detailed in that Michael Bay overly detailed way, and seem to be actually fairly neat, fairly impressive toys.
Nice. Yeah, that's, the movie stuff almost has started seeming like its own, its own sort of thing, because they're a very different design philosophy in some ways, because they're that, it's hard to redeco stuff from one to the other, so they end up sort of in their own little category. But, so, were there any big exciting spoilers from the new movie?
No, there was nothing, from the new, I mean, there's a character that named Steel Shot. He's a one-headed dragon who was called in the presentation the First Knight.
Steel Shot? I thought it was Steel Bane.
No, it is Steel Bane. You are correct. It is Steel Bane. And then there's a three-headed dragon called Dragon Storm, that has a giant toy with a blacklight feature it's not a blacklight in particular, but it's a blacklight colored LED, that reveals stuff on the new one-step changers, hidden Autobot symbols and things like that. And that toy, I mean, it's not spoilery, but I'm probably jumping a little bit to conclusions that the first night becomes the last night. And I mean, there's a dragon with one head that suddenly has three heads, but that's really more conjecture on my part than anything else.
I suppose the most important thing is that, there will actually be dragons.
Yes, there will be dragons, and no confirmation either way of whether or not there will be a card featuring the Romeo and Juliet law of the time.
Will there be, was there any merchandise featuring baby Dinobots?
None. The closest thing to that were, There weren't baby Dinobots, and I have to look at my photos. I didn't see any Dinobots in this group. There is a new series of small Transformers coming out. Oh, there are. There's a Grimlock in there. So there are some Dinobots in here. And there's a black and purple Grimlock. Interesting. So they're doing a blind bag series of toys called Tiny Turbo Changers. And those are basically Titan sized, or, like Creon sized toys that do transform. So it's about as close as you're going to get to baby Dinobots.
Oh, wow. That is interesting that they're doing actual, were they I don't want to say good transformations, but, versus under 3 style transformations.
They're not just, some are just flip and move the arm. Mm-hmm. Others are a little more complex. I know I was talking with, Ben Montano, who's the head of the marketing team for Transformers, and he picked up the Squeaks toy from that portion of the line in vehicle mode and had a bit of a hard time figuring out how to get it to robot mode. So there is certainly varying levels of difficulty in that little toy line.
That's promising, at least.
Speaking of which, Squeaks might be the winner of the movie toy line because he has a really cool RC toy that it's a radio control toy. You roll him around, kind of like a BB-8 kind of thing. But the gun he has is so enormous that when he fires it, the sound effect goes off and the toy recoils.
Ooh, awesome.
And then the Squeaks deluxe mold toy is, it's a little undersized, so they gave his Vespa a trailer that turns into a Medibay.
That's cute.
I always like those.
So did the deluxe size ones look like they're worth $20? Admittedly, and this may be the case for you too, because you live in a major urban area, but where I'm at, they were already pushing 19 at Target.
It depends on the line for me. It depends on the store, it depends on the line. If you go to Toys R Us, they're over 20, here in New York. And if you go to Target, they can go 20, and then sometimes they start getting reduced down to 17 or 15. Those toys, the upside is it's only the movie toys seem to be getting this price increase, not Generations, as far as I can tell, because they're the only ones getting the square box packaging, to fit in with, your Star Wars Black Series and your Marvel Legends. I think the $20 price point puts them on comparable footing. So that's the idea. Whether or not that'll happen to Generations later down the line hasn't been seen yet. But, some of them yes and some of them no. We sat at $10 for so long on these things. I think we got a little bit spoiled, but I think they'll hit 10, and then the ones that won't move, they'll get clearanced, and you'll be able to get them for a little less. It does kind of suck because some of them you're getting the same toy for more money.
Yeah. Do they even have more paint decos or anything?
It seemed like some of them had more paint decos. The Dinobot redecos are actually really nice. They're really nice to the point where I'm like, I might buy them, I might not. I know that they're not very good toys, but they look pretty. That said, are they worth the $20? It depends on how much you like the character, I guess.
That's reasonable. But yeah, that was sort of the theory that I had when we saw, when we heard about the new packaging, that they were trying to, bring that in line with other things that they do that have that similar sort of higher end, like the 6-inch Black Series. So yeah, that's exciting.
Something that kind of surprised me is the stock photography, especially for the movie stuff, seems to have been creeping back into actual photography and fewer renders from the media packages as were released.
I did look at those. I know the Generations one, it was very heavily the renders, but you said the movie ones looked a lot more.
It was 50-50 between stock photography, that's actual photography, and renders.
Okay. Yeah, with the Generations one, it looks like it's mostly the Prime looks like the actual toy, and the Cosmos does, except the Cosmos also looks like he was sort of half-assedly photoshopped onto a black background as part of the process.
Yeah,
so
actually those files aren't actually on black backgrounds, so a lot of those were given to us as TIFFs with transparency, so they just kind of default to black in Twitter or Facebook sometimes.
Fair enough. Yep. Still then the background just sort of photoshopped out.
And I can see why they wouldn't be able to do a stock photography as rendering for squeaks because of all the dry brush effects that are probably going to wind up being slightly different on each one.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, speaking of Cosmos, it's interesting that he is a straight up reissue according to the design team. So there are no deco changes on him, but he doesn't come with his MicroMaster from the previous version, which seems to be something Hasbro's been doing lately with RID. There's a lot of it's interesting though. There's a lot of toys on the shelf now for Combiner Force, like where they've put Strong Arm and Grimlock and maybe Drift was in the last wave, or Thunderhoof was in the last wave of weaponizers, where the decos are the same, and the change is strictly on the scannable logo. That it's a different scannable logo. Other than that, it's an identical toy. But this is the first we're seeing probably in a long time where they've just repackaged an old toy and sold it again.
Well, at least they don't seem to be making too much a habit of it. Though, as far as repackaging old toys, I have to say that I was really struck looking through the gallery of how many, especially, not like redecos and stuff, but how many of these toys based on old, I think that the thing is really, Fastlane's vehicle mode is just that horrible half-assed vehicle mode.
Oh, it's G1 with ball joints. Toy.
It's so just the degree of loyalty was really striking. That it was just, that was never a good vehicle mode.
No, it somehow feels worse.
What someone pointed out to me is that there's a hinge on his chest, which I hadn't noticed before, which might be a place for the included Titan Master figure to ride or stand in his vehicle mode.
Oh yeah, you can see that in the render. It looks like that flips up, and that definitely has that kind of could be a seat look to it.
Speaking of which, the box sets, the Titan Master included figures. One is Rodimus Prime, the other is Thunderwing, and they're die-cast.
What?
Why die-cast?
I don't know what that means. I believe they're die-cast faceplates. I didn't really get a chance to ask and didn't think of it until after I had left, but they told us in the presentation that those included Titan Masters or die-cast Titan Masters.
Why?
Oh.
Well, neat.
Yeah, I would be really curious whether they just mean the faceplate or the whole thing, because that's interesting. Yeah, you better hope your toys will have nice tight hips on them. They're just gonna go face planting off your shelf. That's really weird. And yeah, the Cosmos just appears to be the same Cosmos that we got already, but sparkly?
No, that's something Hasbro does to, all of their photoshopped stock photography. You can see it really bad on the stock photos for the Masterpiece Prime, too.
Because, it does have that very metal flake look to it, but maybe that is just weird photography. It's like, yay, it's the same Cosmos you already got. Have some more Cosmos. But, how was Overlord?
Overlord is really, really nice. It's so nice I forgot that it was already released, or it's about to be released as Sky Shadow before it becomes Overlord. To Hasbro's credit, they do a lot with part swapping and making the same mold look very different. But yeah, so that Overlord it's really cool. He's got at least one chest compartment. They didn't open the other one, so I don't know if what's in there. But the one on the left side, his left, your right, if you're looking at him, has a Titan Master shaped hole that's basically like a head shape. So if you fold it up, you can plug it in there. And his head is, I believe, made to look like, I forget which one is Giga and Mega, but the black one is essentially his head. And a lot of people are guessing that the Thunderwing one that comes with the box set is, the other one, the white one.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting.
And there's some photos floating around the internet of things where they've done comparison shots of them already, side by side.
All right. So people have done research on that. So yeah, he looks, that's another one though that's like loyal to the original design to the point where there's like, it's just, that's what it is. It doesn't even seem like there's really any modern influence to it except the engineering. But I guess that's what they're going with right now, which I can't complain about too much. Maybe once we start running out of things. I saw there was was that Metal Hawk a surprise? Was it just surprise Metal Hawk?
Yeah, because the name that was included with that was Iron Apex, which a lot of people thought was going to be some sort of version of the Takara God Bomber that's coming out this year. So the Metal Hawk was a bit of a surprise. It's the Trigger Happy mold, and he's in that box set. So he was a bit of a surprise, which is also why people are speculating that Iron Apex will be whatever the God Bomber is in a future box set.
Is he called Metal Hawk then? Or
yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe then that meant that they called him Iron Apex for some reason, but no.
No, but the Optimus is Magnus Prime. I don't know what that name means, but that's the name.
Words.
Interesting.
Doubling up.
Did you ask about Octone?
What in particular about Octone?
The fact that we don't have Tall Tankor anymore. No.
Oh no, you know what? I did not ask about Tall Tankor. I mean, I was talking with one of the designers and he loved how the headmaster was named Merc. And so his Titan Master head is named Merc, which in my head means now that Octone's voice is Tommy Wiseau from The Room, and he just says, "Oh, hi, Merc," as he's walking around.
No one should ever be that. But yeah, anything else that stood out to you?
Oh, before we wrap up, I think, there was plenty of movies. There was a lot of movie stuff that kind of stood out to me, just in general. It's big, but it's not deafening how much movie stuff there is, but there's enough to make it, to market the movie and to really put that push out there. And then, Generations is Generations. A lot of that stuff was kind of leaked, at least in text form, prior to or leaked by Hasbro to some extent, prior to the event. And then, there's the Forgotten Stepchild of Rid, which, didn't have a lot to show. It had these new combiners to show that are 5-figure combiners, head and 3 and 4, body and 4 limbs. And one has been floating around the internet of Ultra B, which is, Grimlock, Sideswipe, Bumblebee, and Strong Arm, that combined with, and was there one more?
No,
there's one more
that's
part
the
of
only
that.
one that's 4.
That one's 4. The other ones are 5. The other one, Galvatronus and Menasor being the other 2, with some updated Stunticons and new Stunticons in that group. And Cyclonus is the body of Galvatronus again, with Motormaster the body of Menasor, once again. And those 2 are pretty neat overall. They look very basic, but they're sold as a set. They're sold as 5 figures. It looks to be in like the $20-$25 price point. And should be, pretty neat. And then, we got a little bit of news about the show. Not much. They gave us the trailer for season 3, which I've posted on my Twitter, and it's probably been making the rounds around the internet. And we got some turnarounds of some animation models of Menasor and Ultra B. And the cartoon model has Drift's sword attached, or possibly Drift as the sword attached to the back of Ultra B.
It's very, very Drift-looking sword hilt back there.
And Menasor as Menasor has been told, we've been told that Menasor is basically the villain early on in season 3. I asked about a premiere date. That hasn't been finalized yet, but, it is confirmed that it will be on Cartoon Network, and that the show will be announced eventually.
Eventually, when Cartoon Network gets around to it.
Yeah.
I'm still just surprised they're doubling down on Galvatronus as a thing.
Yeah, I guess they.
I mean, I'm not unhappy
about
it.
It is sort of, I don't know, it's sort of interesting. Especially because if they make Cyclonus his center part all the time, and that's not who he is, he's Cyclonus. Megatron is Galvatron. Galvatron. But yeah, I guess they've decided that works well enough. That is sort of interesting that they'd be, taking cues so heavily from the Generation stuff. But yeah, it's good to see that they're still actually continuing the cartoon, even though that does seem to be very much the side thing these days.
Yeah, and it's actually neat. The goodie bag had a R.I.D. figure in it, and I was able to trade and get a couple of the next wave ones. And the new Windblade toy has the face mask on it in the Warrior class toy, so that it's actually pretty neat.
Ooh, does she have some paint apps this time?
I'd have to dig. I haven't opened her yet. She's still sitting in the bag, but it seemed like she did. And then there's also, going back to Generations real quick, there's a deluxe Windblade coming out based off of the Scourge mold, and that one seems to have a bit more paint apps. And if I didn't tell you it was based off the Scourge mold, it's pretty surprising that it is.
It is the
Scourge?
Scourge?
Is that the Titans Return one?
Yeah, the Titans Return one. There's a Windblade from Scourge / Highbrow.
Huh. That's sure if you say so.
Basically, it's the waist, I think, is the only piece that is kept the same.
Yeah, it's
kept that one piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I saw that was a thing. I didn't realize that she was a remold of someone.
Oh, I guess she has the same feet too, maybe? Part of the feet? That's weird.
But I see with Blitzwing, we're back to, I guess, just a single head now, or a single face this time.
But he is a headmaster though, so you can have all 3 faces if we get one of our friends to make more faceplates. And
send this podcast to Trent.
If we happen to know anyone who likes to 3D model new faceplates for Titan Masters, there we go. That's the shoo-in. So yeah, the only other thing that I saw from Toy Fair, and admittedly I've been a little busy this weekend, so I haven't gotten to keep up as much as I would have liked, but so I did see apparently there's going to be a Unicron lamp that's like $600.
Yeah, well, I think I remember that was announced before, but seeing full pictures of it in color lit up is... Why? I mean, okay, a Unicron lamp that lights up, but why $600 worth of one?
I presume, did you see that? I don't suppose you saw that, Ant?
No, what I saw was only the Hasbro presentation. I believe that was one of the licensees. So Hasbro does their presentation off-site. So the main Toy Fair is at the Jacob Javits Center, which is not far, but that's where New York Comic Con happens too. And then Hasbro rents out a space uptown, a little further uptown where, not much further, maybe 8 blocks, 8 blocks. And that has, it's basically a theater with a basement, and the showroom's in the basement. And so you start in the theater, you see, a PowerPoint presentation, not terribly different from, a BotCon, upcoming toy panel. And then you get brought down to the showroom, which is, not terribly different than, the toy display at a Transformer convention. Only everything's not under glass.
So you did not, alas, get to see any of the licensed stuff. Because I kinda want to know for $600 that had better be enough lamp to, like, kill a person with.
Or eat a planet with.
Well, yeah, that too. It's just, I guess immediate association I have is the old 3H Hard Heroes Unicron statue, which you could totally brain a person with. So if the new lamp can't at least get that right, then.
Yeah. The third-party thing I want the full story on is the Flame Toys licensed third-party drift.
I asked about that.
It's official. How?
Yeah. Maybe.
It's official in Hong Kong anyway.
I asked Ed Montano about that, and he didn't know what I was talking about, so I had to pull it up on my phone, and him and one of the other Hasbro folks were looking at it, and they were kind of dissecting it, and they're like, it has the trade dress, it has a copyright, we know nothing about this, but it doesn't mean that it's not real, it's that they don't know everything that gets licensed out all the time.
Yeah, cause that was shown off, at a toy convention in Hong Kong, because apparently this is toy convention weekend, because there's Toy Fair, the one in Hong Kong.
Actually, that one was in New York.
It was?
That one was, it was at Javits Center.
Oh,
that
wow.
That was in the US.
Then I read wrong on the internet.
What? The internet was wrong about something.
Or Twitter lied to me. So.
Yeah, I saw that on my way in, and yeah, that was shown, I think, I don't remember who tweeted it out, but it was definitely, I think T-Formers had it, early, but I'm pretty sure that was in New York. I could be wrong, cause now I'm kind of conflating things in my head that it might not have been, but,
it's in the, ASM Zine galleries, so.
Oh, then they were doing the Javits Center.
Yeah. I noticed, Good Smile Company had a bunch of stuff too, even though they are not, I guess the only American stores I've ever seen them distributed at is, Barnes & Noble. And I don't know if normal Barnes & Noble get them or just my weird Barnes & Noble.
Well, it's a thing they've started because they go through, Bluefin, I think, is the distributor that brings stuff over. Yeah, they've been doing more stuff recently. Different Bandai and whatever things.
Adorable tiny tracer. So good. So yeah. Good.
Thanks for coming on, Ant, and telling us about the convention.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me. I'm gonna punch out now, and then, I'm looking forward to listening to the rest of the show, cause you guys are great, and I listen to you basically twice a week on this and Stasis Pod, so, you guys accompany me to and from work, at least 2 days a week.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Always a lot of fun. Yeah. Alright guys, take care.
You
Bye.
too.
Have a good night.
Night.
I guess we do have one other, big piece of news to cover.
Well, sort of,
The winner of the...
two. Go on.
Oh yes, we do have two, don't we?
Masterpiece Dinobot?
Yes. Masterpiece Dinobot, and the selected winner prime is Optimus Primal, so more Beast Wars.
Yeah, this
Yay.
is you sound disappointed almost.
Well, we knew the Primal was coming. My sore throat, it's hard to be that enthusiastic right now. I'm enthusiastic about the Dinobot, although I was still kind of hoping we'd get Beast Wars Megatron first.
Yeah.
But Dinobot.
I mean, we're getting masterpieces, so I'm not surprised they're focusing on hero characters first. They apparently do sell even more disproportionately well in Japan than they do in the US.
Man, but I would think that if there was ever going to be an exception to that, it would be Beast Wars Megatron, because he's just so iconically great.
Yeah, but Japan has that funny Beast Wars dub that I don't know if they love Beast Wars Megatron as much as we do.
Aw, that's sad.
Also, there's the question of which one to make.
Sad. Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, well, yeah, cause...
I feel like there's a very clear answer, but...
Well, there's the right answer, and then there's the logical answer, sadly.
I would think that the logical answer would be the first one.
Yes.
And
but the right answer is the second one.
Yes, it's Transmetal, because the Transmetal one, I want to say that's one of those where the original toy was so great that why would you bother? Except I know why you would bother, because your original toy is in 1,000 bronze pieces in the bottom of your storage bin.
Well, mine is still, oh yeah, I guess at the bottom of the storage bin, yeah. It's still wrapped gingerly in paper towel and plastic bag, and every time I come across it, I recoil in horror and put it back.
Yes, I think I may have mentioned that the time I took mine to a toy show I was selling at just to see how long I could resist the urge to try to transform it. And naturally the moment I tried to transform it, like lifting one of those sort of back wing hinges snapped. Oh, damn it. It's like Schrodinger's Transmetal Megatron. It's like, it is potentially broken and not broken at the same time. The moment you try to do something with it, it will be broken.
And that toy is already so good. A masterpiece wouldn't even need that much re-engineering. You'd basically just give him, like, scale him up 10, 20%, and probably 15. Give him articulated hands, make his skate wheels actually move, and then do some screwy stuff and give him multiple heads to choose between.
Oh, that would be pretty great. And he'd have to
include a rubber ducky.
Yes. The most
and possibly have a way to, like, swap off his arm for his pinchy arm tail.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more show accurate. But anyway, Masterpiece Dinobot, which we are definitely getting.
That's pretty exciting. I mean, the Masterpiece Cheetor looks fine. So
yeah, I'm just confused how the engineer, I mean, they do great things with Masterpiece, like the new version of G1 Megatron looks pretty cool, although transforming it will probably be a nightmare, but after rewatching Beast Wars, Dinobot on the show does not transform. He folds up into himself and then expands out of his dinosaur crotch, and it's like, I don't know how you're gonna get that to work.
Good luck. Good luck.
I'm just wondering if it's gonna have a rigid grill structure.
Probably. Maybe it'll have a die-cast grill structure. That'd be
Will
pretty
the tail
impressive.
be articulated? But with the rotate blade, can you even do that? Would you just swap out the tails?
These are tough questions. Wow.
And you want it to look as much like a raptor as possible, but that'll mess with the shoulders, probably.
It does seem like a very ambitious toy to take on there.
Yeah.
I mean, any of them from season 1 are gonna be a little rough, but he's gotta be the worst. I mean, okay, Black Arachnia. Black Arachnia is way worse. But other than her, he's gotta be the worst.
And with Black Arachnia, you can just go season 3.
Yeah. And that's fine. I like that. I like that body. Though then again, that toy does not shatter upon viewing it. So, but yeah, I'm curious to see how that's gonna end up looking and, you know, considering how decent the Cheetor has been, wonder how that's gonna turn out. Alright, and any other bits of news to discuss?
Primal's neat that he won. Oh, who were the runners-up? Was it Magnus and
I think it's
Unnamed
Starsaber
Evil?
and Magnus. Starsaber and somebody.
Unknown Evil.
Oh, right. They really seemed intent on Unknown Evil for some reason.
So we're probably at least getting toys of those 4.
Aw, man.
Although, we don't need another Magnus, really.
No, I don't think we ever need another Magnus again after our last one. That was like the ultimate Magnus.
Yeah, maybe in another 5 years, when he gets a movie version or something.
Maybe. But yeah, it's a good Magnus. I could stand an American Starsaber, though I still need to see if I can find a cheap Masterpiece one at some point.
Such a good play pattern.
Yes. I had the original one, and I ended up selling it a while back. It's like, yay! Now there's the Masterpiece one. But yeah, he's a really, really fun toy and goodness knows, judging from everything else here, that they would keep all of his original toy features, such as the little jet, and then the front of the jet coming off and forming the hilt of the sword, but they have to keep the Masterpiece feature of having the antenna that pop out. In fact, it's even better if they could have it as like a spring mechanism where there's like a
just
button on
like
the back of his head that you press and they go swing like they do in the cartoon.
Well, they could have it, if he's another headmaster, they could just like have it pop up at the sides like Astro Train or, Vector Lion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alpha Lion.
Alpha Lion. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting and potentially expensive year, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It usually goes unmentioned, but we need Victory Leo too.
Yes, that's a good point. We also need Star Saber's obnoxious, younger, whatever, Victory. He's such a jerk in the cartoon.
Slash.
I was going to say
pair of big shoes.
Yes. Star Saber's platform shoes and backpack.
Well, yes, that's more importantly, he's Star Saber's platform shoes and backpack. So, yeah, I think if we get a Star Saber, we should also, maybe he's Unknown Evil. That would be a twist. No, Unknown Evil was clearly Death Source. We're, just every so often I just have to stop and be like, there's like an Overlord toy coming out, and they had this poll where there was this Unknown Evil who was obviously Death Source, and it's crazy times that we are living in.
If I had one nitpick, the lips could be fuller.
True. Yeah. I mean, they're visible, but they could be even better.
Oh, and we didn't even talk about the dickery of Nautica being exclusive to one of the box sets.
Oh, that's...
I feel a little less bad about that, knowing how important those box sets are, what a significant part of the line they are. I know at least one of our listeners, is going to be very, very upset that this is $100 toy, basically.
$100 exclusive in America. Well, unless it's Big Bad Toy Store, wherever it goes. But $100 and you're getting
then
some
shipping
redundant
a
things.
large box set over to other countries. Not great.
I mean, that particular box set seems like a steal to me.
Wait, is she the one with Quick Switch?
That is the one with Quick Switch and the ridiculous Laser Prime.
I like the Laser Prime looks awesome, but I don't really want Quick Switch.
It's got the most important feature. But Quick Switch is Six Shot's son.
Yeah, I know. I had the G1 toy.
According to that one commercial. Was that also on his, bio?
Maybe?
I don't even remember.
I know I knew it from somewhere. And I was weird. It's like, this ugly toy is the child of Six Shot who looks awesome, but can't articulate.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and in this case, he is actually a, remold of him. Whereas the original one was, I'm pretty sure, its own thing.
Yeah,
and I don't have a Six Shot yet, so it's not a redundancy for me.
Six Shot's forgotten sequel. The son. I mean, with the siblings, it's like, I guess you can see where that sort of thing might happen, but with parentage, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's so much stranger.
Where do Transformer babies come from?
They come from factories. That's why you have siblings. They're from the same production line, but.
Yeah.
Actually, this week's Lost Light covers some of that. Not that we're gonna review this week.
No,
next week, everyone. Stay tuned.
I gotta get to that. I gotta get into that.
News.
Although actually, even though I don't have a Six Shot yet, I might get both. Just so I can shitpost on Tumblr with the two of them and don't talk to me or my robot son ever again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the best use of him. But yeah, that it is, like I said, I feel less terrible about Nautica knowing that it's not just that she's like some afterthought of a, Walmart Black Friday exclusive set. That, they're actually important I guess the Combiner War stuff must have sold well if they feel like that price point is something that they need to continue, actively continue pursuing instead of... that is really weird that Fastlane, that the clones don't really fit a particular size class. Like, why were they made?
They don't... It's hard to tell. Like, when we first saw them, I thought they were like deluxes, but then people were saying they're smaller, and it's like, they look a little big for the Legends. Is that the Legend? Yeah, the little Bumblebee size now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost wondering if this is yet another case of, Japan, what did you do?
Yeah. How do you expect us to sell this? Alright, here, we're just gonna throw a bunch of them in a box set. Jeez. Thanks, Takara. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe it's just a matter of, these are things that Takara designed for their own market, and Hasbro is deciding to just throw a bunch of them into a box, or several boxes as the case may be, and sell them here. So in that case, I'm glad at least we're getting them.
I'm trying to add that up, and that seems like such a good deal.
Yeah, well, it's hard to tell the price, because there's the leader, which is like 50, or wait, are they $60 stores now? I forget.
I think they're 50.
Yeah, 50 sounds right. I think leader, MSRP might still be 45, but I think people are pushing it.
$20 deluxe. Voyagers are 30. Yeah, and you're getting a little Titan Master and whatever the hell size the little guys are. The clones.
Hey, the clones. They're brothers. They're twins.
So if it actually is coming out at $100, that is a good deal, but Toys R Us and other stores may be a little higher.
Yeah. And it is, I'm very glad to see that we're getting Twin Twist too, because it would be really
How could you
weird.
Not?
And it would be so weird to have one of them updated like that, especially, I'm sure I've mentioned before that apart from that, the Fall of Cybertron Combaticon redecos that they did as the Wreckers, apart from those, the only official toys of them are Jump Starters. Are the Jump Starters. They're so bad they're not even worth anything. They're just...
Yeah, because they're just so plentiful, and they were knocked off so much that they're everywhere.
I had a mint and sealed box Twin Twist that somebody gave me as a gift. And then due to unforeseen or circumstances which shall go nameless, the box was no longer in mint condition after a few moves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Still sold okay though.
Yeah, that's them and the Insecticons, but at least the Insecticons were better toys from an older collector perspective. But I just had the worst thought.
Well, Insecticons are more likely to break.
The third party Jump Starters from a few years ago, based on the Last Stand of the Wreckers. Twin Twist came with that extra head. His disfigured, being tortured head.
Oh.
So there's something Trent could do.
Oh
God.
There's a glut of ideas for Trent.
Because it's specifically an alteration to his head.
Yeah, specifically his face.
Yeah.
I just thought of another thing that I might have to try to do myself. Just see if I can get some reference stuff from Trent on Dimensions.
What? Or is it going to be a surprise?
No, I'll say it. The cover to Marvel G1 number 70.
Ooh.
Wait, that... Which one is 70? I have to look it up. Oh! Ew. No?
Oh, it took me a moment, and David's reaction was like, oh, that one.
Yeah.
That one. I love that. I loved that so much when I was discovering the G1 comic as a teenager.
Looking at it, I think the best part of that cover is that they found a spiral-bound notebook at a Transformer scale.
You know, I mean, they gotta take notes.
I thought that was like a Rolodex thing.
It could have
the way
been.
the holes are weird.
Close
The
enough.
holes are torn out because they ripped it out of the notebook.
Yeah, but there's no center hole. There's 3 on either side.
Yeah. Maybe then.
Like, yeah, that would be the grossest headmaster to make.
And there is a Titans Return Megatron that I still need to get my hands on.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, man. That's so exciting. Okay. Alright, well, I think that's about it that we did this week. Anything else before I sign off?
No, we'll talk about comics next week because there's just so many toys.
Yeah. I am excited to talk comics. Actually, let me check real quick. Next week, publishers, IDW.
Oh, there shouldn't be more. There can't be more.
There's more.
Oh, dear.
What else is it?
Transformers Annual #1. Or Transformers Annual 2017 #1.
What? Oh my god. Oh my god.
So we're getting more than annuals. Huh.
So what?
I'm looking at like a distribution thing. It's numbered #1 because it's the first one, even though there's not necessarily going to be a second.
So if it's Transformers, which series is it?
It seems to be continuing out of this week's Optimus Prime.
Okay.
And then there's also going to be a backup that is a story about also Optimus Prime. Okay, yeah, it's an Optimus Prime manual.
Okay. That's fair. Alright. Well then, we will be returning next week with all of the comics. We will have Lost Light #3, Optimus Prime, and I guess Optimus Prime #4, and whatever this Transformers annual thing is that's solicited for the near future. So until then, we'll be signing off. This is Jen.
And Alex.
And David's cold. Or flu or
Good
whatever
night.
the heck this is.
Blech.
Hopefully
You're
it's...
expecting.
So
That's what I had.
I'm impressed by all the play stuff in Trypticon, but every time I look at him, I just think of the wiki article on Pat Lee. How to draw Optimus Prime. 1, draw a circle. 2, draw Optimus Prime. 3, give him scraplets. 4, give him leprosy.
Yeah, he's very heavy on the greeble bits.